Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Pope's Exorcist, and this is a new horror film from director Julius Avery, who previously did Overlord, that Nazi zombie movie, and this is starring Russell Crowe as Father Gabriele Amorth, who was the Pope's exorcist, the official chief exorcist of the Vatican, and this is a real man who did plenty of exorcisms, but also realized that mental illness had a big part in a lot of these situations that people just wrote off as demon possession. And here, he is brought in when a family moves into a former Spanish chapel, and realizing that things are bad when the son is possessed and a demon takes over, voiced by Ralph Ineson, the Green Knight. And you have the Pope, played by Franco Nero, of all people, sending Russell Crowe out to take care of it. And this film lives and dies by Crowe. Russell Crowe is one of the greatest actors working today. He brings so much gravitas and presence to this film that every second he's on screen, you're engrossed. You're caring about him. From the little expressions on his face, to a stare, to an engagement, to the little things. And he's funny. He's so funny. To the point where you laugh more in this movie than you're actually scared, which is a problem because this isn't supposed to be a comedy and it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's trying to be scary, but it just doesn't get there. But Russell Crowe's performance is layered, it's dynamic, he's engaging, he's prideful, he's a little cocky, and he deep down has a heart of gold, but he has these things weighing down on him, and you see that. Just that every other character, at least Franco Nero brings presence as the Pope, but every other character is not as interesting or engaging. You have this other priest, played by Daniel Zovato, who has his own complications, but he never reaches the point of being as interesting. And this family just becomes kind of cannon fodder to a whole bunch of possession scares, and really becomes big diversion to what this film really is about, which is evil versus good in terms of demons versus the Catholic Church. And the conduit here is the Pope's exorcist. And Amorth becomes such a big piece to this that this whole family is kind of just tertiary at one point. It's basically this boy's just a vessel to try to get this Pope to be involved. And the third act of this film goes way out there. Big effects, all this craziness, where this film was really working in the moment of Amorth investigating, his playing, the back and forth with this demon-possessed child. That's what worked about this film. And then it goes off the rails with this crazy third act that started feeling more like a third act of a franchise superhero film. And he started feeling more like a superhero versus supervillains instead of a priest versus a demon. And it's one of those kinds of things where it's like this film obnoxiously starts setting up for a franchise, and you're just like, when did this go? Which is so weird because this is based off of a real man. I get it, The Conjuring has spiraled into this big shared universe, but they never lose the heart of this is about the Warrens in those Conjuring proper films. But this particular film just takes leaps to take on and tackle and explain some crazy stuff that is just you're using a real man's legacy to try to push these crazy ideas, and it feels kind of problematic. And the biggest problem with the film is it's not scary. And I'm a baby. I get scared really easily by horror films, and this didn't scare me at all. And that's a shame. And it really should scare me, but everything felt so derivative and dumb before, and just more cared about being over the top and crazy without actually building up the tension to be there. I really liked Overlord. This felt like a miss, and maybe not the best fit for this particular director. But you know what? Russell Crowe's still here, and he kills it, and he's enjoyable every single frame he's on screen. So, is this a good movie? Great movie? No. But is Russell Crowe great? Heck yeah. And I'm in it for him, and I'll watch this movie again probably. But it's definitely not a strong horror film, especially if you really are here for the scares. But those are my thoughts on The Pope's Exorcist. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.